They sent the child out to fetch some wood, to keep their tiny fire stuttering on through the raw, bleak glimpse of daylight that was all they got on this shortest day of the year. She was only a child, and they sent her out, wrapped in whatever they could find to keep the wind from her. She crackled through the undergrowth, looking for anything that would burn, her reddened fingers clutching and tugging at twigs and branches, snot running freely over chapped lips. She wore rags wrapped around her feet, then stuffed into oversized clogs that had already been passed down through 6 older children before her. The wind whistled, and a small, private being watched her carefully from the hollow oak apple where it had taken up residence.
In a place that was utterly still. It was strange to be stopped without a farmhouse near. They were all very tired, and now after the busiest night it was odd to stop so close to home. They stood quietly and waited, rubbing at the ground with its light dusting of seasonal shake, wondering. Perhaps the rumours were true. They'd been running for years after all. The man who led them breathed deep and slid neatly off, landing on his feet in one practiced movement. He walked around them slowly, placing a hand on each, and then he just left, heading off towards a break in the trees beyond. Out of nowhere and nothing, the wind snapped, and they knew in their old bones that he was gone and would not return. It started to snow heavily.
Doncaster, it's a story about a bully. Can everyone hear? Good. Deliver me. Doncaster Station. Dark. Wind whistling. Food wrappers snapping. Doncaster. The station where nothing good happens. Things get lost. Lost tickets, lost hats, lost hopes, lost loves. They need to work on their image, I say to Miles. Ask people to write down little stories about things that have happened here, so they can make a display. Oh, listen to yourself, Kathleen, I think. Could you be any more boring? No wonder he's tired of you. Sorry, I say. Once a teacher, always a teacher. I attempt a gay laugh. The old-fashioned meaning of gay. Doesn't sound right. Death, disease, pestilence, says Miles. Stories of man's inhumanity to man. It's grim, but he's joining in, speaking as if we're having a real conversation, just the two of us. It's been so long I almost clap, but I don't. I stand there, rooted to the spot by the closed coffee kiosk, waiting for a prompt. There's probably been some nice things here as well, I say. People meeting up for the first time, or setting off for the seaside, or going to start a new job. I am thinking that perhaps people have fallen in love here, or mended broken marriages, but I look around, and I have to admit, it's not likely. There's only one other person I can see, and he's curled like a fetus in winter wrapping, asleep on a bench. Miles stares intently at the floor by his feet, as if there might be a camouflaged trapdoor hidden under the pigeon shit. He puts one hand on the wall. He has never had good balance. Hey, I say, maybe the floor will open up and there'll be a whole other world underneath, with Oompa Loompas and bubbling cauldrons and everything. I'm trying too hard. I can hear a faint whiff of hysteria in my voice. He sniffs. In that way he has. I know it would be better if I could just keep quiet. We could still turn this around, I want to say. We could make it into a funny story, or a heartwarming story at least. Guess where we were when we decided to stay together, I would say. Go on, guess. Doncaster Station, can you believe it? On the shortest day of the year too. I'd leave a pause then. Wait for whoever was listening to say, what? Or, really? And I'd be ready. I'd jump back in and I'd say, do you know, if Miles hadn't left his hat on the train when we were on our way to Hull for my uncle's funeral, we would probably have gone ahead with the divorce. We've got a chance. I can feel it. Maybe it will turn out well, you losing your hat, I say. Miles kicks the wall like a thwarted 15-year-old. Fucking shithole, he says. Typical day out with you and your fucking family. The injustice nearly knocks me over. I start to cry, and the cold is good camouflage. It isn't my uncle's fault that he died in December, and it isn't my fault that Miles has lost his hat. I've lost things myself often enough, I say. It's true, I have. Right here, dashing for the Hull connection. The voice on the tannoy always reminds you to take your belongings with you, but umbrellas, hats, wives, it's easy to leave them behind. I'm sorry about your hat, I say. I'll try to get you another one when we're back in London. I don't fucking want another one, he says. More like 10 years old now than 15, and I don't want you. I want the hat I left here this morning on the way up when you tried to rush me off the train. We're going to wait here until the lost property opens, even if we have to wait all night. I get nervous when he gets like this. I get nervous and I talk rubbish. Gibbering, Miles calls it. It winds him up, and I know that, but I still can't stop. It might be warmer in the waiting room, I say. Look, there's a heater. Fucking longest night of the year on fucking Doncaster Station, Miles says. That's when I have my unusually daring idea. Are you sure, I say? It looks quite cosy in there. Fucking cosy, he says. A globule of spit flies out and lands on the platform. What the fuck are you talking about, you stupid woman? Stupid woman. It's better than some things I've been called. I want to smile, but even though he looks as if he isn't taking any notice of me, I know he is. I have to be careful. I'm worried you'll get cold without your hat, I say. I place my foot nonchalantly on the tiny piece of spit, as if I'm covering evidence. I listen to the announcements while he rants and kicks at whatever he can find. Are you okay, I ask? If I was a talking doll with 3 different things to say on a loop, that would be one of them. Of course I'm not, he says. I want my fucking hat back. Petulant now, more like a 5-year-old. We're moving backwards, I think. When it happens, it's so quick that I'm not even sure of the running order. I think it's this. Oh gosh, I say, peering onto the rails. I do not say that I see his hat on the railway line. Just, oh gosh. I'd heard the announcement that the next train wasn't stopping at Doncaster, that it was going straight through. What? Miles says. What? And he's peering over the edge, and he doesn't notice, but I hear it coming, and it's only a small nudge, but it's enough. He's never had good balance, and he wheels his arms, and his own trajectory does the rest. He topples, but he doesn't even fall onto the line, because the train is there instead, flinging him up and out, and suddenly there are pieces of him flying around, a leg and an arm, everything but a hat. After today, the days will be getting longer, I think. The thought makes me smile.